You're on a train, staring out the window as the world rushes by when your eyes catch it. Endless stretches of gray stones lining the tracks, crunching under the wheels. They look chaotic, almost like someone dumped a quarry along the rails and called it a day. But these stones aren't random. They're one of the smartest, most hard-working engineering decisions in modern transportation. And almost nobody ever asks why they're there. Those stones are called railway ballast, and without them, the entire railway system as we know it would fall apart, literally. Today, we're going to uncover the hidden truth about these stones and what their extremely important job really is. Once you finish this video, you might never look at these stones the same way again. This is the surprising science and story behind railway ballast on Story Behind the Things. The story starts in the early days of railroads in the 19th century. The first tracks were often laid directly on dirt or simple wooden ties. It worked for a while until heavy trains, rain, and constant vibration turned solid ground into soft, shifting mud. Tracks would sink, twist, or spread apart, causing derailments and endless repairs. Engineers needed something better. They discovered that layering crushed stones, usually granite, basalt, or other hard rocks, created the perfect foundation. The practice quickly spread worldwide and remains essential today. Here, what the ballast actually does that makes it so brilliant. It locks the wooden or concrete sleepers, the ties, firmly in place so they don't shift under the enormous weight and force of passing trains. A single freight train can weigh thousands of tons. That kind of pressure would destroy loosely laid tracks in no time. The stones distribute that heavy load evenly down to the ground, preventing the rails from sinking into soft soil. Think of it like a giant shock absorber spreading out the force. Perhaps most importantly, ballast provides excellent drainage. Rainwater flows straight through the gaps between the angular stones instead of pooling underneath the tracks. Standing water would soften the ground, cause erosion, and lead to dangerous track movement. The stones keep everything dry and stable even during heavy storms. The irregular, sharp edges of the crushed rock also interlock with each other, creating a surprisingly strong, flexible structure that can handle the constant vibration and slight movements that come with thousands of trains every day. This flexibility actually helps absorb shocks and reduces wear on the rails themselves. On top of all that, the ballast keeps vegetation from growing up between the tracks, which could destabilize things, and makes it easier for maintenance crews to spot problems and make small adjustments by lifting and realigning sections of track. Not just any stones will do, they have to be hard, angular, and roughly uniform in size. Too small and they shift too easily, too big and they don't interlock well. Different regions choose local rock that best resists weathering and crushing. It's a beautifully simple solution that has barely changed in over 150 years because it works so well. Modern high-speed rail still relies on this same principle, sometimes with extra layers or concrete alternatives. But the classic crushed stone ballast remains the backbone of most railway networks around the world. So the next time you're riding a train and hear that familiar crunch of stones under the wheels, you'll know it's not decoration. Those humble rocks are quietly doing heavy lifting, holding the tracks steady, draining the rain, spreading massive weight, and keeping millions of passengers safe every single day. A small detail along the tracks that carries an entire transportation system on its shoulders. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the story behind the things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.